Hello, and welcome to a Spark of Genius Hero Draft Guide featuring Uzuri, the Switchblade. Uzuri is a 4 intelligence, 20 health hero that focuses on efficient trading to win the game. As Uzuri's hero ability allows her to swap in a card from hand, Uzuri's general play pattern involves blocking with a card or two and coming back with a dagger plus a stealth card, threatening either a reaction or swapping in a big attack, ideally with an on-hit ability. Uzuri does not get inherent go-again on her attacks like Arachne does, so she generally has more trouble getting rid of her 4 to 5 card hands. However, don't shy away from picking up a few strong go-again attacks such as Seek Horizon and Ravenous Rabble Red to allow for more wider turns to push more damage.
Let's now talk a bit about the ratios for the deck. As Uzuri is able to cheat out resources with her ability, not having to pay for the card that she swaps in, her resource curve is a bit more unique than most. That being said, she still needs a healthy amount of blue and yellow stealth cards to enable her dagger and her ability, as well as any one-costed attack reactions that she might draft. Aim for around 12 to 15 blues and yellows, with at least half of those being stealth cards that you are able to trigger Uzuri with. Remember, the yellow generic cards, such as Cut Down to Size, can be just as effective as the red counterparts, so feel free to draft a few of those to swap in. The remaining cards at the red pitch should be made up of attack reactions, 3 to 5 is a good target, red stealth cards that you will be able to pump or swap, and strong generic cards such as Destructive Deliberation and Cut Down to Size.
Moving on to the key cards that you will try to pick up earlier in the draft include any of the spike attack reactions such as Spike with Blood Rot, Spike with Inertia, and Spike with Frailty, red Razor's Edge, red Cut Down to Size, any color of Sneak Attack, red Short and Sharp, any red premium stealth cards such as Infect, Isolate, Wither, and Sedate, which all provide either relevant on-hits or Isolate with the Dominate works very well for swapping in another card with Uzuri's ability, as it can only block with 1 card from hand. This also works for swapping to Arachne if the opportunity presents itself and you're able to pick up enough red premium stealth cards. Once you have settled on Assassin in general, start to pick up more of the yellow and blue stealth cards to round out the 3 blocks, as well as any premium red generic attacks that are 1-costed, such as Spring Load and Freewheeling Renegade, as they end up being very good cards in arsenal in hand to end your chain on, or to use that last resource after swinging a dagger, being the most efficient you can with a yellow and or blue pitch. High priority on any red Ravenous Rabble or yellow later in the draft, as you are able to Uzuri them in with no negative effect, allowing you to easily extend the chain. Death Touch should also be the highest priority pick when focusing on Uzuri, given how easy it is to play it through Uzuri's ability itself. Virulent Touch is also nice, but not nearly as priority.
Now let's move on to the equipment. The best pieces of equipment for this hero include Toxic Tips, to add additional on-hits, Threadbare Tunic, which is helpful for playing off 1 to 2 card hands and better utilizing your resources with proper pitching, Fleetfoot Sandals, which by themselves can trigger sneak attacks, either directly or indirectly, and Mask of Shifting Perspectives, which can also do the same, or at worst, it's still a 1-block piece of equipment. The Seeker's equipment are generally better when combined with either Peace of Mind or when running more than 1 piece of Seeker's equipment, so they can be used quite well on turn 1 or into a Benji.
A couple tips and tricks to help you during the draft and the gameplay portion of your limited draft event. You generally want to be going first playing Uzuri to try and get free dagger damage, plus sneak through a big attack if they have a poor blocking hand. As well, Seeker's equipment plus Peace of Mind is particularly good into decks like Azalea with Dominate, or Assassins because of their attack reactions, whereas cards such as Brush Off, with or without Seekers, will also help into Benji specifically, as you are able to prevent damage instead of having to block from hand, where Benji's ability allows the blues and yellows, specifically 2 power or less attacks, to be unblockable from hand. If you have Sneak Attack, which is a rare, especially more than 1, try to pick up Fleetfoot Sandals if possible, not giving up a crazy pick to do so, however, because you can trigger it on the dagger before Sneak Attack, and it will be read as having done a reaction that turn, and so Sneak Attack will still proc. Hopefully, you were able to pick up a couple new tips and tricks and get an overall sense of how to draft and play Uzuri Limited. If If you like this kind of content, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the other heroes in our later iterations, and from wherever you're watching in the world, have a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Bye for now.